What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Deaths of the Asia. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and talk about this scandal that is going on in sports and entertainment. Unfortunately, news had came out recently that allegedly Nia Long's um, fiance Ime Udoka, who is the head coach for the Boston Celtics, allegedly he was fraternizing with a staff member, which is against NBA policies, and he was fraternizing with a staff member, allegedly having an affair with this particular staff member, and so he ended up having to be suspended as a result of that. And for the next season, next year, for 2023 season, allegedly he's supposed to be getting suspended for that, right? But there have been rumors as well that he is looking to resign. It's so unfortunate that all of this is taking place because this man did not know how to control his penis. Not only are you facing losing your job, but you can potentially lose your woman. I'm pretty sure that Nia Long is not going to stick around for this type of public humiliation, but all at the same time, it's a lot of women that's out there that they uh, are able to reconcile with a man that has cheated and move forward with their relationship. Is everyone's answer to the problem is not necessarily ending a relationship. So we really don't know how it's going to end as it pertains to Ime Udoka and Nia Long's actual relationship. I'm sure this caused a level of friction, a level of humiliation. Whether these things are true or not, just having those rumors circulating creates a level of humiliation and uneasiness. So, who's to say what their relationship will turn out to be in the end? That's neither here nor there. But it's just unfortunate if these things are true that you lose everything that you've worked for and you've built behind some random twat. It's not worth it. But shoot, like people say, anybody can get cheated on, right? A lot of people are on social media and they're like, "Oh my God, he cheated on Nia Long. He's crazy. Like, what man would cheat on Nia Long?" We all know back in the 90s, Nia Long was that girl. I think that Nia Long is one of the most, if not the most beautiful woman in Hollywood. Like back in the 90s, Nia Long was my girl. Like she's drop dead gorgeous to me. And yeah, you will see girls like that. That's that it girl. And you'll look at them and be like, a man have to be crazy to cheat. But guess what? We living in this world where so many different beautiful women. And a man cheating has a little to do with the actual woman. You have these men out here that they just like to chase and they like to deal with multiple women. It has nothing to do with what you have and how you look. So there is no woman that's out here that is exempt from being cheated on. It don't matter who you are. If you're with a man that's a cheater, then he is 9 times out of 10 going to cheat because that's his makeup. That's who he is. That's his character. Until he decides to change within himself, there is not going to be absolutely anything that you can do to change the fact that he's going to step out. So it's just unfortunate that a family is being dismantled because this man wasn't able to control his penis. And I just hate the fact that, his job is in jeopardy over that. But hey, if that's the policy and you broke the policy, it is what it is. They say no French, no fraternizing. That's the policy. Unfortunately, he should have played that a different type of way. It's one thing to cheat. It's one thing that he must have really liked that woman for him to or whoever he was cheating with, because we allegedly, because we don't know the gender of the person because they didn't say what it was, but whatever the gender of the person is, he must really like the person because uh you stand in the risk of losing your position, losing your job, and losing your family. it's not it. I don't know. I don't get people thought process. It's just not worth it to me. But I hate that those players are gonna have to take a loss as well. Because from what I have seen, I don't keep up with basketball as much as I keep up with football. But what I have seen from what he has brought to the Boston Celtics, he's a really good coach. So I know that's gonna be something hard for the team players to deal with. But this is something that kind of gets me that I don't understand, and I try not to go here, y'all. I try not to make everything a conspiracy because I don't like conspiracy theory. But I find it funny that this information came out like this. Like, who leaked the information? I don't get that part. I know that there are several cases like this where things happen. Let's keep it real. If there's some policy or procedure that states that, hey, you're not supposed to fraternize, people who work together eventually end up linking up or something. People deal with people in the workhouse. That's just is what it is, right? So I'm sure this is not the first time, and it's not going to be the last time that fraternizing has been a reason for somebody to be disciplined. But I don't remember it being something that was broadcast. So that's the part that is getting me, is that this is being made public information. Now, whether someone went to dig in, because of course, with Nia Long being a celebrity as well, people may do a little digging as to why he got suspended. But to be honest with you, usually in cases like that, people don't actually pry into that sports world like that much, where they're trying to figure out, if they say, hey, this particular person got suspended, well, they'll feel as though it has something to do with like the business side of it and not something personal. So it's just interesting that this came out this way. I don't get it. And this is not to justify what he did, because he's dead wrong if he actually cheated, and he's dead wrong if he actually broke that policy. But it just seems as though this is coming out trying to trick him out of his position or whatnot. I don't know, because it's almost like, let's put this out here and just put a stain on his name, across the organization. If that makes any sense to y'all. That's what it seems like to me. Like they're trying to smear him more so than anything, because you really don't hear about this type of stuff when it pertains to sports. They'll just let you know the person was suspended. So it's interesting that this came out, and it's just breaking news. And the fact that it's breaking news, it's breaking the internet more than Brett Favre. And I needed to speak on it, but I had made a post about it or whatever. That's breaking the internet more than Brett Favre out here stealing millions of dollars of doing welfare fraud. Brett Favre, you got $100 million plus more, but you around here taking from the poorest of the poor. Mississippi is in the middle of a water crisis and everything. And Brett Favre is out here taking welfare funds in order to try and build some type of volleyball team or recreational center or something like that. Money that he does not need. And then Brett Favre tried to make it seem like he did not know that he was getting the money from welfare funds, but yet he got text messages out there to the governor, talking about, is it any way that this could be made public information, with the social media actually find out that I received the funds and how much I received. But yet you sitting up here trying to make it seem like you don't know where the money came from. If you didn't think that you were doing anything wrong, then my question is, why were you asking the question about whether or not the public would find out about it if you felt like you was doing something righteous. So Brett Favre, you could sit down with that right there. I'm not here for it, but I brought that up because a I'm not trying to make this a race thing. And this is definitely not a race thing because we understand Brett Favre is white. I'm not making it a race thing. I'm making it a I'm trying to figure out like the conspiracy. I feel like it's some kind of conspiracy behind the information about Ime Udoka cheating on Nia Long being made public across the NBA organization. That's my thing. It's more so like why did this make the headlines like this? Because in generally this type of thing doesn't make these type of headlines. Whereas you have someone that actually committed a crime that should be facing time. There should be some criminal charges brought forth about this person. And if you're not really into sports, you wouldn't even know that Brett Favre was caught up in this scandal with these welfare funds and stealing this money or whatever. You wouldn't even know that. It's not, you have to be into sports really to know what happened with Brett Favre to even be privy of this information. It's not all up and down timelines on social media or anything like this situation with Ime Udoka. So that's the thing that makes me feel as though there's something going on that is bigger than what we think. I feel like this is just my feeling. I feel like there is something going on bigger than what we think with Ime Udoka and the NBA organization as a whole. It gotta be some more to this story. It really gotta be some more to the story because this isn't typical. This isn't typical behavior and how this type of information get out. So I just find it very interesting that it's playing out in social media like it is, where you can't get on any social media outlet, whether you're on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever social media outlet. It's all up and down timelines about Ime Udoka cheating on Nia Long, allegedly with a staff member, which is considered fraternizing, which is against the NBA policies. That's everywhere, blasted. So I just find it very interesting that's out there like that. When that's uh that's not even criminal. Yeah, it's against the policy, but it's not criminal. It's a big deal, but it ain't that big of a deal for the whole public to know that. It's one of those things that if somebody were to find out the information via Nia Long, just because she's a public figure and or whatever, that's different. If she would have came out with that information, but how is it that we know this information coming from the NBA organization? That's my only question. That's very interesting to me, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. I mean, they're on his ass. They're really on his ass at this point. But I just hate it for him. Hopefully, he doesn't resign. If all of these things are true, hopefully he doesn't resign. But I think the reason why it has been reported that he's looking to resigning is that I think that he feel as though they're playing in his face. That's the reason why I do think there is more to this story. And I'm interested to know what it is now. Like this is something that I am going to pay close attention to. Not that I not about the personal thing about him cheating on Nia Long or whatever, not to get all up in their business as it pertains to that, because I really don't care about the details of that for real. People get cheated on all the time. These men are not out here sparing a rod. So I don't care about that part of it. What I want to know is what got my spider senses tingling about there being some type of undercurrent, some type of conspiracy going on as to why this type of information made headlines when historically this type of information, when it pertains to sports, it doesn't make headlines in the way that this particular story is making headlines. So that is what's piquing my curiosity more so than anything. But hey, this story is still developing. More and more information is continuing to come out, and I'm gonna keep a lookout on what's the happenings that's going on, because this is something that really made me raise my eyebrow. Like, something don't seem right. And with me saying that, I know it'd be a lot of people that'll be out there be like, "Oh, you're trying to justify the fact that he's cheating." It's not that. It is not to justify what he did, and it's not to say that he's wrong. He's not wrong for what he did. He's wrong for both things. He's wrong for breaking a policy, and he's also wrong for cheating if that's what he did. However, this type of thing generally is not made public information in this way when it is pertaining to sports. And so that's my only issue. That's it. Not trying to justify his actions. It's just, I'm just curious as to why this is made public in this manner. That's my only thing. So anyway, y'all, we gonna keep up with this story and see what's going on. Hopefully, um I know it might be crazy with saying this or whatever, but let me tell you something. It ain't shit out here in this dating pool. You know what I'm saying? Everybody pissing in it. The men and the women are out here pissing in the dating pool. Baby, married people are even pissing in a dating pool. Do you hear me? So it's the dating pool is full of urine. So my thing is this. Yeah, the man, he cheated, he shouldn't have cheated or whatever. But I do think that sometimes it's probably best to kind of like weigh your pros and your cons. I know some women, they have their threshold for BS where there is a no. They cannot talk it over anything. Once a man cheat, they're absolutely done. But shoot, the way these people set up out here, baby, if you could savage your relationship some type of way and you feel as though y'all could work through it, if it's worth it, you know, try and make it work. Cause it ain't nothing out here. It ain't nothing out here. And that don't mean that you should settle for anything or let somebody treat you bad and let that be somebody excuse for what they do to you. No, this is not for you to remain in any situation that you feel like is abusive to you, whether it's mentally, physically, or emotionally. No, but if it's a chance that this could blow over and y'all could continue on with y'all relationship or whatever, I say go for it. I wouldn't be mad at Nia Long if she stayed with her or stayed with her man. But that's just me. But anyway, David Brown said Nia Long must not know how to work the D right. Yeah, y'all funny. It must be Nia Long's fault. Yeah, people starting to come in and just say ridiculous things at this point. We're not even finna get into all of that or whatever. You can't take somebody serious with a cartoon as a profile picture anyway. But that's neither here nor there. But anyway, thank y'all so much for joining me. If you like this video, hit the like button for me. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and do that. Hit that subscribe button. And also hit that notification bell because I just be going live at random, baby, to be honest with you, quiet as it's kept. I'm at work. I ain't even supposed to be on here. That's the reason why I'm behind this avatar, child, because I ain't even supposed to be on the internet playing around while I'm worried about this man losing his job. I'm going to fuck around and lose mine for hopping on here trying to talk to y'all in the middle of me supposed to be working. But anyway, y'all see all these risks that I done took to come talk to y'all. So y'all owe me that. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm about to tune out. Y'all have a good one.
I hope you black men were paying attention. I hope you black men were paying attention.